What's up, y'all? Recording another video, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little awkward to be on camera. Haven't picked up the camera in a minute. I've been focusing on TikTok. It's funny for me to say because I've actually was super opposed to TikTok for years, and I guess I just didn't understand it. I thought it was the word I would associate with it all the time, and maybe I thought I was being funny, but it was always like degeneracy. And don't get me wrong, there's always weird things or just random stuff that I see on there that's like, okay, that's weird. But there's a lot of informative things. I learned a lot. I'm not gonna lie. When I have my moments of doom scrolling, I learn a lot. But that's neither here nor there. I've just been focusing on creative expression, and I chose TikTok as the outlet because I think what I can do on there is something different than what I can do on YouTube. The word I have for today, the topic, is dissociation. That's something I've been feeling lately, and it's not something I can put a finger on. I honestly can't tell. I can't tell you what's the source. It could be many things, to be honest. The whole theme for this year has been, honestly, life just being very difficult, and you'll hear me talk about it in every video that life has been fairly difficult recently, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate. It's just been a tough year, man. It's one of the toughest years I've had to live in my existence on this plane of existence that we call Earth, and these third dimensional bodies as beings in spirit. And I know it gets deep, but what I'm trying to say is, as a man, as a man that walks on this earth, this has been one of the hardest years that I've had to ever live. And it's been freeing. It's been difficult. It's been humbling. Again, liberating along with freeing. But you live and you learn and you roll with the punches, and you take it day by day. You can only do what you have with your day. You know what I'm saying? You should only be doing all the things that you can do, And then there's time also to go above and beyond, and I try to do as much as I can. But anyways, back to the topic. Disassociation. I felt or dissociation. So I looked it up on Google, and dissociation really means is that it's something psychological, and it's something that has to do with the mind. And if you know anything about the mind is a very powerful tool. It's a very powerful thing. It can also be very deceptive. Lately, maybe I'm fighting a spiritual battle. I haven't really felt the desire, the want, to really be a social person. And I'm already not a social person. I'm a pretty private person. I do have my moments where, I'll go out and I'll do things with friends and people I know and acquaintances and whatever. And honestly, I've kind of just been wanting to be a homebody. It's felt peaceful. Black Ops 2 just came out. So, that's one thing, but that's just something funny. You should never stay home playing games all the time, by the way, if you're a young man. You should never stay home wasting your time doing the same thing all the time, because that is insanity. That's literally insanity. I don't know. Some things just have felt stale. Relationships, just, I guess, small talk, you can call it. Small talk, it's just my personality. Small talk does not call my attention. I think I hate small talk. I like to get into deep things. I like to learn things. I like to learn things from people. Some people may word it picking other people's brains. I just like to learn things. I want to have meaningful conversation. I want to learn something and apply it to life. When it's just small talk, it's so mundane to me. And, there's a time and a place for it. Obviously, not every conversation is going to be, let's dive super deep, and sometimes you just don't got time for that, and it is what it is. It's a strange feeling to feel distant from yourself. Like there's this person inside you that wants so much more for yourself. The person on the outside takes the easy way out, takes the pleasurable way out. It's fleshful, it's sinful, it's carnal, and that's man and woman on this planet, on this earth. That's our nature. We like to take the easy way out. We like the comfort. But it's a strange feeling when it's almost like the movie, I think it's the movie Get Out, where it's like they fall into like the void and they fall into themselves because there's another person in there. And it's like you're watching your life. You're watching somebody else live your life, and you fall back. You fall back into that state, and it's like you're seeing yourself do things that you don't want to do. You're seeing yourself talk in ways that are out of your character, do things out of your character. For me, it's like you have to get that point. You have to get to that point where enough is enough, and you have to put your foot down. Another thing is, some people will bring that out of you, for better, for worse. And I mean this in the sense that, when enough is enough, sometimes you need to have difficult conversations. I had so many difficult conversations in the past, 2 months. So many difficult, they're just difficult because they're hard to hear. There are things that I hadn't confronted yet at the time. When it comes to those things, I mean, the best thing I can say is that it's a little more smooth sailing, but that just goes to show that you have to confront your problems before they confront you. You have to go deal with something before that thing goes and deals with you. Because at least when you know where to look and you know where to point and you know what direction to go in, at least you have some sense of control. That makes me think of jiu-jitsu. When I did a jiu-jitsu for a while, I'm terrible at jiu-jitsu. I did not get far. When you go slow and you take your time and you don't let your opponent pressure you and press you, you can start setting them up because you're in control. You know where you're moving. Your breathing is controlled, and you start setting them up, and they fall right into your trap. They fall right where you want them to fall, and then you catch them, and that's it, and they tap. That's a lot like confronting the issue before it confronts you. You want to be in that state of control. You want to have controlled breathing. You don't want to be panicked. You don't want to be what's the word? You don't want to be spazzing out. It's not good to be spazzing out. Things get done poorly when you spaz out. And all these things kind of tie into dissociation. Those things are a result of dissociation, cowardness, awkwardness, running away from the issue at hand, feeling numb. How are we so conscious throughout the day? Some of us are not conscious. There's a lot of people that are not, but how are we so conscious throughout the day and, throughout life? We go through periods of spiritual awakenings. We're so consciously aware, yet how are we so numb? It's just a question that I've always asked. How is it that I know so much? How is it that I feel so much? No matter how many things I know, no matter how many things I intuitively know, no matter how much you want to claim you're spiritual, how is it that you're so spiritually and consciously aware, yet we're so numb? I don't think people realize how quick it is to fall into that place where there's a void, and you're watching. Obviously you're living, you're there. You're aware of your decisions, but it's not your higher calling. It's not your higher self. It's not the person that's in the future. It's not the better man or woman. It's not that person. it's a person, like, maybe you're not necessarily ashamed of them, but it's not maybe not necessarily shame, but it's like, if you're having moments where you're looking back at the end of your day and you're like, you know, I could have done this better. I shouldn't have said that. I should have said this. You're living life through somebody else's lens, and that's not you. And, you know, in those moments, you have to look within. Maybe dissociation, or maybe there's another healthier word, but I think times of repression, times of, and I'm going to say depression, and it's not depression as in like I want to off myself, but like depression where it's a state where it's a deep rest. Let's put it like that. It's a state of deep rest. You know, you take a deep rest from social things, from just overexerting yourself. I think those states, those times where you press into time with God, you press into time with the people you love, and the people that love you, and you just take a breath away from like superficial things and other things that are vanity under the sun. It's a breath of fresh air that ignites like the creative aspects of life, and I feel like I've been in the need of that. I've been like in need of a switch, of a change, and I know a change is coming. I'm about to start a bunch of cool stuff, and another chapter of my life is opening soon, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous, but you know, I'm a little excited to see what happens. Little dreadful, but yeah, man, you gotta move on. You have to move on. You have to take that time where you take that deep rest and you let whatever builds up inside of you, you let that build up, and then you go and you unload that like shots, like boom, 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 you know. What I mean is, like, don't hold it in. Like, let that thing go. Whatever that thing is, you gotta let it go. You gotta put it out there into the world, man. You have to put the good that's inside of you out there. Whatever God puts inside of you, whatever the people you care about, whatever the good things that they tell you, man, regurgitate that, process it, you know, and make it your own, and put it out there, because you deserve that, and other people deserve to hear that from you. You know, as always, I hope that whatever nonsense I come out here talking about, whatever random stuff I come on YouTube and just spit out in front of the camera, I hope it reaches somebody. I hope that somebody learns something, or somebody could be led in the right direction. I don't know. But yeah, you know, the words today were dissociation and words like consciousness, you know, very important words. I think very important things that a lot of my generation goes through. You know, I think we're entering like a new era. We've entered a new era on this planet. There's a lot of weird things going on, but there's also a lot of really exciting things going on. Without getting too occultish, I don't know. I live like I'm a spirit and I'm an entity. Like, I'm not one to say to be like touchy-feely, but it's just things that I feel. Like, things are different, things are picking up, but it's like for the better. You just have to get through those humps. Like, things will get better, but you have to get through the hill or over the hill. But anyways, with all that being said, all that nonsense, all that verbal alphabet soup that I just spat out, yeah, no, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, leave some comments, and I'll see ya.